everyone, welcome back. My name is Dan, and I'm so happy that you're here. And I know, it's been a few days since my last wrap up. Yet here we are again, because it is a new month. It is June. Happy Pride Month. But we need to backtrack to May, because I read some fantastic books in May, and we need to talk about it. Now, I'll be honest, I tried filming this multiple times today, but living in the city has its disadvantages.
And what I don't get is like, why would you go down a one-way street and be annoyed, a small one-way street, and be annoyed when there's an Amazon truck doing deliveries, but you chose to come down this one street, and I'm gonna sit there and honk for, I swear to God, 5 minutes of just blaring on the horn. It did not help, because the Amazon guy took his time.
But alas, here we are. Let's talk about May. I'm gonna start with my least favorites to my favorites and go from there. So, welcome. Here we go. Cue the books. All right, we're gonna start with my 2.5 3-star book, and that is If You Change Your Mind by Robbie Weber. Now, I went into this book thinking I was gonna love it because it has things that I love. Love triangles, which you'll see later as well, but love triangles are my favorite trope. And then it had like a nice beachy vibe. It had, it talked about screenwriting, which I thought is fun, but it kind of missed the mark for me. We're following Harry in this book as he is trying to get into this writing program for college, and he falls in love with a new guy, but he's still in love with his old guy. I just felt like by the end, I didn't get what I was promised in the book. So for that, I have to give it a lower rating. And I really, really wanted to love this book a lot. But it just, summer hits, summer misses. Thank God I got it from the library. Robbie's writing is beautiful in this book. He has wonderful writing. But there are like parts in the book where he's writing a script, and I thought those were really weak compared to the actual writing of the book. So take that with a grain of salt. If You Change Your Mind by Robbie Weber. Okay, so the next book that I read, number 2, well, this is going in not read order, but the next book that I read was The Diviners by Libba Bray. This was my book club's book of the month, and I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. So it's about a group of teens who realize they have some sort of supernatural powers, and they're trying to figure out this entity that is killing people. So it's basically like a murder mystery in the 1920s, which I really love. I love the 20s. My only downfall why it wasn't a 5-star read was I felt like it read very slow, and it's a thick book. It read kind of slow in some parts until we got to like the mystery parts that I really loved. And I felt like the lead character just got on my nerves just a little bit. I think she gets a little bit better as the series goes on, but I'm interested to read the rest of the series because it was great. And I love all the side characters. I loved all the side characters. There's a character who works in the Follies, and you got me at Follies, baby. But yeah, this was 4 stars. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Okay, so the third book here is Circe by Madeline Miller. If you don't know, Madeline Miller wrote Song of Achilles, which was my favorite book of last year. And I went into this knowing it was going to be different, and I was surprised. I actually liked it a lot. I gave it 4 stars as well. I felt like I got to know Circe a lot, and what I loved about this book was there are connections to Ariadne, and Ariadne is by Jennifer Saint, which is another Greek character, and I really love that book, and I really love that character, so we get a little sprinkle of her in this book, so I was really excited about that. And I felt like this book definitely delivered. It got everything that I wanted. It was a beautiful story about a strong woman coming into her power and figuring it out. And I would highly recommend this if you really like Song of Achilles. 4 stars as well. Okay, so the next book that I picked up is a 4.5 star read, and that would be And They Lived by Stephen Salvatore. Now, this book is a young adult queer romance. I would say it's more of the new age book, because they are in kind of like a college setting. And it does have some saucy scenes in it. It's about a boy who goes to this program and he loves Disney, so he wants to be an animator. So he gets into the animation program, and then he meets this other guy who's a writer, and so they bounce ideas back and forth. They fall in love. It's a beautiful gay romance. The lead character is also plus size, which I haven't read in books that often, so I really loved that we had a plus size male lead gay character, so I felt seen. And I really loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. If you want something that's fun, there was a little bit of drama in there, but it handled itself really well, and I really, really liked this book a lot. It was a surprise, actually, that I liked it that much. So, pick up that book by Stephen Salvatore. Okay, so the next book that I picked up was a Book of the Month choice. It's called The Change by Kirsten Miller. And this book was a ride. I gave this 4.5 stars. I really love this, and I'm surprised it wasn't like a pick of Book of the Month, because there's a little bit of something for everyone. If you liked the movie The Witches of Eastwick with Cher and Michelle Pfeiffer, you will love this book, because it gave me such Witches of Eastwick vibes. So this book is about 3 middle-aged women who are coming into their power and who have been wronged by men. Need I say more? But their powers are not like super witchy powers. They're definitely a little bit different. So we have one who can hear the dead and talk to the dead. So she wants to save them. And then we have another character where she's going through like a menopause thing. And so like her rage is actual heat. So she can kind of, she's kind of stronger and literally like flame. Like heat emanates from her. And then we have the last girl who is sort of a earth witch. She's inept to flowers and poison. So they each are trying to figure out who murdered these girls in their little village, and they find out, and it's a wild ride. Just when you think it's over, another twist, and then another twist, and then another twist. I thought this was totally fun. Great women. I loved every single character in this book. Sinister plot. Kept you wanting to read more, which I loved. And I know that, like, what's her, Books and Lala, she just read this book too, and she said, like, she was surprised. Airplanes. She said she was surprised by it, and I would say I was too, and I really liked it. And this is a 4.5 read for me. I probably would pick this up and reread it again because it was that fun. But pick this up if you like magic, if you like sort of a revenge plot, fun characters, strong women. So, yeah, The Change by Kirsten Miller. Okay, and this wrap up kind of like is going by very quickly. You're welcome. But the next books that I picked up are actually 3 books in a trilogy, which is why this is probably going faster than usual. But I picked up The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Now, if you don't know me, Jenny Han is one of my favorite writers of all time, next to Alice Hoffman. And she wrote To All the Boys I Loved Before. And I devoured that series, and Laura Jean holds a special place in my heart. I mean, she's right there. Now, this was her first trilogy, and I'm here to tell you that I think I liked this series more than To All the Boys. I said it. Ladies, gentlemen, anyone else, I said it. I love this series more. To All the Boys I Loved Before had a weaker second book, in my opinion, and fell into the second book trap. But each one of these was just as equally as gorgeous. First of all, they're stunning to look at. And that would be The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and then We'll Always Have Summer. I guess I should tell you the plot. This is about a girl named Belly who every summer she goes to her mother's friend's beach house since they were little. Her mom's friend had been friends since they were younger. So every summer she meets up with her mom's best friend's sons as well, the two Fisher boys, and that would be Jeremiah and Conrad, and it is a love triangle. What did I say? As they start to realize that this summer Belly has become a woman. So the romantic interests are starting to weigh. There's jealousy. There's beach vibes. There's literally everything you can want. Like, I'm flustered because I love this series so much. And each book kind of goes each summer. So we meet the boys, we meet everyone here the next summer, and then the next summer, and the final summer. So we follow Belly on her journey through life to figure out which one of the Fisher boys she'll end up with. And it's a ride. It is a ride. I cried. I laughed. I read them all in 3 days. So take that with what you will. And if you don't know, this is going to be an Amazon Prime TV show coming out June 17th, which I will be watching. And I will be rereading this first book so that I'm prepared again. But if you liked To All the Boys Loved Before and you want something a little more, this is a lot lighter and they're smaller books too. I highly recommend these if you want a fun time, a love triangle, beach vibes, great characters. You fall in love with all of them, really. I don't even know what else to say. I love this series so much. Okay, that's it. That's all of the books that I read in May. 8 books. 8 books. 8 books. Now, June, I struggle with making TBRs because I never know what I'm going to read. I literally just walk over to my TBR shelf and I just pick a book. But so far I did read a book. I'm currently reading Summer Suns by Lee Mandela, which I'm really enjoying. And I don't know what else I'm going to read this month. I do want to reread Summer I Turned Pretty. And I do want to read A Little Bit Country by Brian Kennedy. I think that's it. But those are the only 2 books that I know for sure. Otherwise, we're going to play it by ear. And yeah. So I will catch you guys in the next wrap up. I think I'm going to do a tag. I don't know what I'm feeling. But I'll leave my Instagram below if you feel like following me on Instagram. Because I love to talk. I love to talk about books all day, every day. Ask my sister. And yeah, that's it. That's all you got. That's all I got. Right, Tuck? He's on the side. I think he's sleeping. But yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for coming. Thanks for giving me some of your time. Enjoy this great day. I'm gonna go out for a walk. So, bye.